Tune in, tune in, tune in. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Tune in here. Good morning. Once you get in here, comment, like, share, tell a friend. Come on, y'all. Come on in the room. Give it a couple more seconds. Couple more seconds. Who in here? Who in here? Who's in here with me today? Come on in here. 2 more seconds. Tune in live to Motivated Moments. Come on in here. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started. Wanted to talk to you today, just capitalizing on piggybacking off of the last couple of days, and how capitalizing off the last couple of days and how we were talking about a few things, but I wanted to encourage you to take yourself serious. Take yourself serious. And what I mean by that is that, we can casually go about trying to get to whatever we're getting to, or we can take ourselves serious and really put something together to get there. And so I wanted to talk from the standpoint of this is going to work when you get all in. It's going to work when you get all in. When you are totally committed to this new when you're totally committed to this new project, when you're totally committed to this new relationship, or whatever you're in. It doesn't even necessarily have to be new. It probably has a vision that you've been had. But when you get totally committed, totally invested, when you go all in, that's when it's going to work. It's not going to work half doing it. Nothing works half doing it. You can't go half clean your kitchen and say you got a clean kitchen. You got to do it all the way. Um, as my mom used to say, you can't be half cleaning in this house. And and if it was half clean, my mom was a stickler about our rooms and making sure everything was tidy and things of that sort. And she didn't play when it comes to those things. So what happened was she would do is I remember one time she had folded up all our clothes and we had to put away our clothes. And as kids, you want to just put your clothes away and get to doing whatever you want to do. You ain't trying to, you know. So we just casually put our clothes in the drawer and just shoved them in there. And my mom came in that room and seen clothes sticking up out the dresser, some hanging over, different things like that. And she takes the dresser out and she dumps it. And she says, where you going, big boy? But but she she says now you fold the clothes, and I don't want to see anything sticking out. I don't want to see anything out of place. And it made us be more um, tidy. It made us do it the right way the first time. So we didn't have to worry about not having things in order because she made sure of that. Well, you got to be kind of like the same way with your dreams, your vision, or whatever you're going after. You got to be all in. You can't go half cocked trying to get it done because it's not going to serve you any. Um, if it's halfway together, it's not going to serve you. You got to be all the way in. You got to be locked in. If this is your walk, if this is your new you, if this is your business, why would you? Because if anybody else that comes along, anybody else that's going to follow up behind what you've done is going to adapt to the culture or the DNA that you've set. And if you set the bar low, then they don't have to measure up. If you've accepted low for you, how can somebody else come and and do anything more? Can't. Can't do anything more. So you got to set the bar for you. If you start treating you better, and this is what I made up in 2023, people are going to have to treat me the way I want to treat me because I'm going to treat me that way. So you can't come up treat me any kind of way that you want to treat me because I'm going to treat myself a certain type of way. It's going to set the standard. It's going to set the bar for what's going on. Why? Because if not, you can feel like you can treat me any kind of way. But if you do the same thing for your business or whatever you're going into, if you go and have if you just doing a little bit, everybody that comes around just do a little bit. Nobody will want to do anything more. Nobody will want to do go over and above because you ain't going over and above. But you know, if you were the one leading, if you're the one leading and you going all in and you giving all this effort and exuding all this energy and doing all this, the person next to you can't sleep. They can't slack off because they see you doing it. If my boss was at my job, I had a cleaning job, and my boss is at my job cleaning it, doing all this stuff. You think that allows me to be comfortable sitting back doing nothing? No, because my boss is doing all. I gotta follow what my boss is doing, or I'll see myself replaced. And that's the reason why our dreams don't go anywhere because we don't put it in there, and then we get people around us that don't put it in there, and so now it doesn't go anywhere. That's why you got to get all in. Because when you get all in, you're gonna take it serious. You ain't gonna play with it. When you get totally invested, and this is the reason why people are uh, they. I'm not, buddy. What's up? Okay. I just sit right there, buddy. My son want to watch me on YouTube. But no, you gotta set it for it. You gotta set the standard. You gotta set the standard. But people lose their mind when they put all the chips in. You see the poker games where they put all the chips in and they lose because it wasn't calculated. But you gotta put all your chips in a calculated way. You got to be more calculated about what you do. Put all your chips in a calculated way so that when you set the bar, you set the standard. Guess what? You can expect some results. You can expect some people to do some stuff because you know what you done. You know what you put in. And when you get to that level, when you get to that position, guess what happens? Now everybody around you rises at that level. So everybody around you is at that same level you're on. How productive can you be when you've set the bar and everybody around you is at that same level? Now we're all productive. Now we're all seeing it. We're setting a new culture. We're setting a new way of how we operate. We're setting a new standard for how we operate. You gotta be willing to do that. But if you thinking that it's gonna work because you halfway want it or you halfway put your attention to it, it's not. It's not. People that make things happen, The people that get things done intended to get it done because they made it happen. They were all in. Get all in about your dream. Get all in about your vision. Get all in about your walk with God. Get all the way in so you can get everything out of it. Because, and that's another thing, how can we expect something out? How can we expect something out that we haven't put in? It's just like going to a bank that, you sometimes go to. I got a couple different banks, but a couple of them I don't go to all the time. One of them is just a savings. So I can't go there knowing I ain't putting all my money in that bank. But I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna say, hey, I need $1 million out there. Saying, boy, you ain't put $1 million in. How can you expect to get a million out? You ain't put a million in. And the reason why is because you ain't put it in. So when you get all in, you can expect some stuff to come out. You can expect some return. You can expect that because you're being a steward over what you're giving. You're being a steward over what you're doing. And when you put it all in, you got to remove the fear of it. When you go all in, what happens is, this is what happens. You remove the fear of failing. You remove the fear of failing. Why? Because you can't. Failing is never an option when you go all in. It ain't even. You gonna make it work. If that didn't work, I'm gonna make that. I'm a plan B, plan C. Now don't go in with a plan B and C because you need A to work. And that's the problem. We have those plan B and those. We set up contingencies in our mind for failure. Yeah, okay, if this doesn't work, I got that. This isn't gonna work, I got that. No, no, no. You need to work A. You need to make sure A work. You need to be so calculated about A. You need to be so strategic about A. You need to be so planned about A. Plan A need to be so planned. You need to plan around failure. Meaning that if it's a pothole, what do we do? Well, how do we respond? How do we do this when this doesn't work? What do we do? What's next? That's how calculated you got to be so that you can remove the fear of failing. Because when that fear of failing is there, it makes you timid. It makes you half step. It makes you, skate on thin ice. But when you go all in, you can't fail. Because who you gonna turn to? Who gonna have your back? You all in. That's what it's gotta be. You gotta get all in about it so that you can remove that fear of failing and take out trying to prove stuff to people. Because when you all in, it's about you and what you all into. You ain't gotta prove nothing to nobody else. You know where your proof is? Your proof is in your effort. If they're looking for proof, it's in your effort. Your proof is in your effort. You can't be so certain about something and don't have any effort behind it. We was talking on Sunday about your diet is a reflective of your belief in your faith. Your effort is reflective of what you believe about you. If you don't believe you can get the job done, you ain't gonna get the job done. What have you set up in your mind? What have you said about yourself? What have you set up in your mind about yourself that you feel that this is who you are? Because that ultimately determines what you're gonna do. So your proof is in your effort. It's not in trying to prove to everybody else. It's not in trying to say I'm doing this and I'm doing that. No, it's in my effort because I'm proving to myself that I'm all in. I'm proving to myself that I can get it done. It's found in my effort because I'm steady working towards it. I'm steady going after it. It's going to work when you get all in. You're looking forward to work. You're looking for it to happen when you get all in. When you half stepping with that business, it ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. But when you get all in, you remove the possibility of fear and you put the proof in your effort, you're going to see transition. You're going to see growth. You're going to see matriculation. You're going to see all of that. It's time to get all in everything you do. You can't afford to be half cocked in nothing. If you in it, be in it. Don't be in it whispering behind your head. Whispering on the side. Man, I don't really know if it's gonna work. You setting up possibilities for failure when you say that. That's why you got to watch what you say and watch what people say around you. Watch what you listen to, because those words have power and meaning. So when you leave that situation where you were talking about it, you'll get in another situation. Those same words will come back up. And if you told yourself it might not work, then when it start getting hard, you'll lean on the fact that it might not work, and you're saying, "Oh well, I said it might not work." You know, it was looking like it wasn't gonna work the other day. No, when it gets hard, it's proof. It's proven. It's proven you. It's proving you. The situation when it gets hard, it's proving you. How bad did you want it? Were you just in it a little bit, or were you all in? That situation is proving you because you wanted it that bad. It's proving you now. And it's determining whether or not you want it or not, because problems and opposition and these things that come in your way are not to stop you. If God wanted you to stop at every problem, he wouldn't send any problems. The problem is to work the muscle. The resistance is to work the muscle. You go to the weight room and you lift the weight. That weight you put on you is to resist. It's to add resistance, and that resistance is going to build more muscle. So your opposition, your problems, your situation that you come in your encounter is not to get you to stop. It's not to get you to change your mind about it. It's to build the muscle so that you can have more muscle for the next situation and the next situation. But if you quit, if you put the weight down when it gets a little too hard, you don't build muscle. And then guess what? The time you need that muscle that you were supposed to build in season past, and you show up and not having that muscle, then is when the failure is going to sit in, because you're not prepared enough to handle what you're supposed to handle. But don't run from that resistance. Don't run from the problem. It's there to build your muscle, and it's there to help you. Because when you all in, you're going to have that. You're going to run into that. But guess what? You all in. So you got to go through it. You got to push through it. Quit sitting back. Quit saying, I'm not going to do it. Nah, it's not right. It's not the right. And maybe it's not the right time. No, it's the right time. Maybe it's not the right mindset. Maybe you don't possess the right mindset right now. And you need to develop the mindset. You need to develop mental fortitude so that you can withstand some stuff. And not every time you run up against opposition, you tuck your tail and run. We only tucking our tail and run when we got another possibility. We got a plan B. If that don't work, I do this. That don't work, I do this. I got one plan. Win. Ain't no other plan. Ain't another one. There isn't another one. Don't work like that. I gotta win because I'm all in. I gotta win. You gotta make up in your mind the same thing. You're gonna win because you all in. Get all in about it. It's gonna remove the fear of failing, and then you can allow yourself to put the proof in the effort. Put the proof in your effort. Put what you really believe in your effort. Because if you don't believe it about it, you don't have any conviction about it. You don't have any conviction about it. You don't have any conviction about it. It's not gonna change something. Because if you don't really believe something, then you'll resort back to what's comfortable. You'll resort back to what feels good or what feels good for the moment. But when you got a conviction about it, you'll stand on it. When you know something, the difference. Have you ever been in a situation or a discussion or an argument when you know you was right, as opposed to a discussion where you thought you were right? When you thought you were right, you got some kind of vigor. You got some kind of uh. But when you know you're right, you standing on it. No, no, no. I know. Huh? You can't tell me. I know. That's how you got to feel about your dreams. That's how you got to feel about your goals. That's how you got to feel about what you're next. Because you got a conviction about it. You know what you believe about it. So that you can possess what you're going after. I hope it bless you. If it bless you, allow it to bless somebody else by sharing, tag a friend, bless somebody else so they can be empowered as you. Y'all have a wonderful day. I know the school is out in where I live. I think it's out. You know, they done gave the little e-learning thing. So y'all take care of them babies, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all be blessed.